in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Clemson will put it away to get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. On the move. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Lofts one high and deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Gator! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And the offense punches in it again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
Fielded in the end zone. It's locked. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Johnson looking to throw. He's got him in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker drift all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking downfield on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to take advantage of this matchup somewhere else.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. With the catch, it's Moore. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Finds a little space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Johnson wants to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're overlooking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want to capitalize and you want to score a touchdown. You don't want to be kicking a field goal at this point.
Looking to the end zone. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, what a big play. And how about the hit stick tackle right there? That's one this offense is going to remember.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Back to pass. Keeps looking downfield. On the move, he fires. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll go back to the ground. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Trying play action. Using his feet to buy time. Finds his man. It's Jackson. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Marked it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
They pick up half of it. It'll be second and 5.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's second and 5. They give it to him again. Runs through a tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into trap.
Intercepted! Oh, what a play!
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Turning it on! And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Daniels. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Back to pass, it's Warner. Looking for a huge play. Grabs it up to 25 and
is a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's locked. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Here's a heat. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Davidson. Oh, he's got some space. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. Caught behind the line. It's Davidson. Oh, he's getting it. Got some room in under the goal line. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Clemson.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Florida State has the lead at this time, but there haven't been quite as many tomahawk chops today as we expected. This is close. They're up by 7 over Alabama. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Finds his tight end. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out.
He lost one down the sideline. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Gator! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And man, is that perfect time. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
Did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Davidson. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Johnson wants to throw it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Looking to buy time. He's going to run it. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be fourth down.
You know what, Reese, it is a great play, and I think they were in nickel, so they brought an extra guy on the field that has some speed, take a linebacker that's a little bit slower off the field, and you could see it paid dividends on that third down.
Hauls it in at the 25. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Wants to go up top. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
The Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
The play-action fake. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Pulls it in. It's Davidson. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Handoff from the gun. Breaks into the open. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Warner. Going for the big play. Wheels it in on the right side. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Makes the grab. It's Abrams. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Clemson. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Kick is in the air. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Back to throw, it's Warner. Fires one high and deep. Rips it inside the 15. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Florida.
And I think it's pretty clear. They went into the half and said, we're getting the ball and we're going to be aggressive. And how about the aggressive shot down the field, play one of the second half to start it, and he goes all the way to the end zone. That is how you start a half fast.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Luck. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Bunch formation for these receivers. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Pucks it out of the air. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Trying the left side. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Quickly complete. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball, because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Yeah, but how about these short yardage situations? Having a weapon like this, a quarterback that can run the football, he only needed a few. He knew that. Good patience. He scrambles around, gets the first down, gets just enough.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Johnson looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field.
There he goes. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Takes the handoff. It's Raymond. Looking for the end zone. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the...
Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead.
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, the first meeting between Iowa and Iowa State happened back in 1894, but they've only awarded the actual Cy-Hawk trophy since 1977. Here's how today's game went down. Iowa State just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there at Ames. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Catch in the middle. It's Wilson. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. That's caught. It's Wilson. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his open man. Turning it on. He's brought down the one of play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking for a man, it's Warner. Flushed out of the pocket. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Had to throw it before he wanted. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
They just keep firing. Extending the play. Fires into the end zone. He caught it. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart. Don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn it over.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Looking for a gap. It's Raymond. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And the defense brings the blitz. And how about the QB? Really nice job understanding. If I can hang on to this just a little bit longer, it gives my receiver an opportunity to run a better route and get more time to create more space. Nice job hanging in there, taking the hit, and getting the completion off of it.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls out.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Florida. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick 6 to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the 4th quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the ranking. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. Direct snap. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Johnson wants to throw it. Right on the money. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy...
Wide open spaces.
I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they
breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And he finally breaks when they get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's a mid-stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Gator! And with that, they move out front, going the fourth. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting. Had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
He'll bring it out. It's locked. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And here's the thing, the strategy. You want to run the ball because, yes, you want to score and you want to win, but you don't want to leave a lot of time left on the clock for their offense to get another opportunity. So that's a bit of the gamesmanship going on right now. I think you're seeing that with their offensive coordinator and his choice in play calling.
Guided out of bounds at the 34, and the running game really coming through.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Now they're going to throw it. That's caught. It's Johnson. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Johnson looking to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's locked. There he goes. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
That is exactly what this offense needed. The clock's winding down. You got to make a play. You go to your big play wide receiver. He chews up some yards. This offense is in a great spot.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
And this offense has got to get somewhere. Man, that's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on 4th down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Ready to fire from the pistol. The give to the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.